Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dee, and when I was thinking about what kind of video I wanted to make for this week, I got to thinking about some old magazines, crafting magazines, card making magazines that I used to get in the mail, and of course a lot of them went online after a while, and so I quit subscribing to them. Anyway, a while back, I went through all the ones that I had saved and picked out some ideas that I want to try in the future. So, this is one of them. This is from Quick Cards Made Easy, and this is like a silhouette stamp type card with some layers, and so I thought I'd give it a try today. All right, so I'm going to set this to the side here. Now, in thinking about what I wanted to do with this, I've had this little paper pack out in my craft room for a little while now because I made a card with some papers out of it, and I just loved it. Some of these are just fun colors. These kind of remind me of the 60s or the 70s with the color combinations. And then there's all these different nautical type papers, and I don't know how much I will use of those, but if I ever make a card for somebody who loves, to be on the water or the lake, that would be fun to have. So anyway, I got this pattern from this pack, and I thought, I like this. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and we're going to start with our MISTI and do some stamping. So, open that up here. Pardon me. And I'm going to put this in the corner. See if I can get up here in shot. Put my magnet on there. Now I have these, as far as the silhouette stamping part, I have this Hello Sunflower stamp set by Spellbinders, if you can see that. And I've had this a while. I've used it, actually I've used the flowers more than just the notes, but the sentiments rather. So anyway, I thought I'd try doing some silhouette stamping with these, just see how it goes, okay? So I'm going to start with this big stamp, and we're going to probably fill the paper. We'll stamp more than once on the paper, okay? Now I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I have my air conditioner running in the craft room. We have our window units in now, and because it's just too hot without it. And here in Iowa and along actually with a lot of the country, we've been kind of in a stuck heat wave, or a rainy wave. Okay, I have this Simon Says Stamp dark chocolate dye ink from Simon Says Stamp, and so I'm going to ink this up, and we'll start our first stamping with that. Okay, bring it down. At first I wasn't sure if I should do this silhouette stamping over a pattern paper, but if you look at this magazine example, they have actually pattern paper, but it looks more natural. Let's just put it that way. You've got the ground, you've got the sky, and so, I'm kind of going against nature here, so to speak, but we're going to give it a shot. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? You see that? Yeah, okay. Let's try this again now. I think I'll wipe this stamp off because when I move it, I'm going to put it in a different position, and I don't want it to leave any residue before I actually do any stamping. So let's pick it up, and we'll maybe try it here. Just scooch up the Misty. Okay, now we'll scooch it down so we can catch the stamp. I hope you guys are all staying cool enough. The only time I'm not cool is when I'm weeding my flower beds outside, and whew, that is a hot job. Okay, let's get this stamped again. Now some of these will probably be off the paper stamping. Well, like this little bit here will be off, but it'll add a little bit of interest. Oops, I got a little boo-boo there, but I don't think it'll reach the paper. Okay, now let's try wiping it again. We'll get that little boo-boo off. Boy, that ink wants to stain. Dry. Okay, now where do I want it? Let's see, how about, I'm going to scooch this up like this, and hopefully the magnet will stay. Let's try this. Get it all pushed onto that. Whoops, see, this is why I wanted that stamp clean and dry, because when it stuck really well to the paper. And so I just don't want any boo-boos if I can help it. Okay. Get this stamped. I apologize if I'm out of shot, but once I got started, I just wanted to do it. Okay, here we go. Now you know why it's silhouette stamping, right? It's because it's just the outline. Here we go. All right. Let me give this a little bit of a wipe. Okay, so there's our main panel. What do you think? I like it. Okay, we're going to take this big stamp off now, because we're going to be done with that. And now I have another panel here that's of the same paper, and we are going to do silhouette stamping with this stamp onto here. All right, so let's get it in the corner. And the magnet. And let's see. How do I want it? Maybe up that way? Okay. And I'm using brown ink instead of black. A lot of times you use black for silhouette stamping, but I thought just with the nature of the flowers and the green, I just thought the brown would be good. Here we go. Okay. Okay, lift it up. Ooh, nice. Okay. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Now, I think we're done with the Misty for now, so I'm going to move this out of the way, put the stamp back on the plastic, and scooch it over. Okay, now in the same paper pack, out of the card that I made the other day, I have the scrap of, there's pink and this, you know, color of green that's here, and I thought, you know, that would be fun together. So I'm gonna, whoops, I forgot my glue, hang on. Okay, I'm back now. We're gonna glue this, glue this onto the other, well, the back panel, we'll just call it that, and try to get this lined up well enough. Obviously I have a little bit more border on the long edges than I do the short ones, but it's kind of based on the size of the scrap I had. And if you have watched me for a while, you know I like to use up my scraps. It makes me feel good. Okay, now this is our card base, And we are going to glue this onto the card base. Look how thin that paper is. That ink just went right on through, didn't it? Okay. While I was weeding my flower beds this morning, Stewie, our dog, was around. He had not followed Kurt with wherever Kurt was working on the farm, so he hung out with me just a little bit, and I always like that. Tic Tac, our cat, was nowhere to be found. I don't know where he's been, but okay. So here we have our background glued onto our card base, and we have our little panel. Now the idea is to glue this onto the front like this, and you can see, if I think I'm going to scooch it over so that you can see at least a partial of the sunflower. I mean, I could go like this and get more, but that looks a little off balance, so I think I'll do it in maybe about here. So I'm going to glue this on here. And look, this was a double-sided paper. Isn't that cool? I guess I could have used that side. I don't think I knew it was double-sided till just now. Okay, here we go. Let's get it positioned so I can see the... You good? Then we'll squitch it down. All right, now I was thinking about the sentiment that I wanted to go with this, and in this stamp set there's a Hello Sunshine, and I thought, perfect. Once in a while I need a card, just a fun card to send to somebody, either, you know, saying hello or something. Okay, now the other question is, do I want to stamp it directly onto the card, or do I want to use a background like this? Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to try it, and I'm going to stamp this onto this. This is scrap too, so let's get this onto the scrap panel, and hopefully I won't regret not using my MISTI. Do it carefully. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause the video, and then while I'm pausing it, I'm going to trim this panel down a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I've stamped my Hello Sunshine, so let's just look at it with the card. If I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I do. How about up here? See, what I don't want to do is cover up my sunflowers. I've already covered up some of them, so why would I want to cover up any more? If I put it up in the corner here, that won't happen. So, you know what, I think I'll do one more thing here before I glue it on here. I'm going to take my brown dye ink, and I'm just gonna kind of scrape the edges so I have just a little bit of a border that will tie in. And I don't have any card scraps that would work as a background for this, so we'll just do like what I just did here. Okay, what do you think of that? I think I like it. Okay, now the other question is, do I want to prop it up, add some dimension, or do I want to just leave it like this? I think I'll leave it. So we'll get this glued on here. and we'll try to make kind of an even border on these two edges, or two sides. Okay, so it'll look more even. Now the other thing I need to decide is if I want to embellish this with sequins, maybe just another paper strip. I have the scrap here, but I don't think no, that doesn't look right. Hang on. Look what I found. I found a scrap of this, and I can just turn it over and use the back side. Cool, huh? Okay, I need to trim this down. Okay, guys, I trimmed this down, and I'm just gonna glue this down here. Okay? Just kind of add a little bit of interest, maybe. You know what? I don't like that. I don't like it a bit. I mean, there's nothing to tie it to this or this. So, okay, never mind, unless I did something like this, which would kind of make it look like, how about like this? Pardon me while I hem and haw. And I didn't trim it quite far enough, so let me get my scissors. I didn't use my scissors. I used my paper trimmer. Okay, so we're going to glue this here. And we're going to kind of put it up here to make it look like it's inside something, maybe. And that way it will still be connected to these. It won't look like it's the odd man out. All right. What do you think, guys? I like it. I do. Okay, let's close up the glue. Let's get out the Handcrafted with Love by stamp. And since it's all done in brown, I think I'll do it in brown on the back too. Here we go. There we go. Oh, it got just a little bit of shadowing here. Bummer. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that. It's handmade, and so we're not going to worry about it. And who looks at the back anyway? Unless you're my mom, and she loves to see that Handcrafted with Love stamp on the back. So if she does, I think she'll ignore it. She likes my cards, so. Okay, here we go, guys. Silhouette card using some pattern paper that I thought was fun and some lovely sunflower stamps. Okay, guys, if you like this video, please like it and please leave me a comment. I just love it when you do that and I can engage with you. And if you really would love someone else to see this, then share it with somebody. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because it's totally free. All right, take care, guys. Take care, guys. Bye.